Hey, what's going on? Ryan Nolting at Intersection Records. We are talking fishing. I just got back from Lake Taneycomo down in Hollister, Missouri, near Branson. Taneycomo is a trout. It's a lake, but it's kind of runs like a stream. It connects Table Rock and Bull Shoals. It's part of the White River system, and it's awesome fishing. And we had a heck of a time. We go every single year. And I'm thinking, fishing playlist. Now, I get it. There's times on the boat, especially if you're on a pontoon, you're kind of partying. You might want to hear some upbeat stuff, some stuff you can kind of party to a little bit. But really, for me, when I'm fishing, I want to chill. I go a little bit more country, and I'm going to give you some of my favorite. And I'm going to put a link to my Spotify playlist. I don't know, just in case you want to check out what I listen to when I'm fishing. Also, subscribe to my channel. There's daily content. Thanks a lot for all the support out there and all the subscribers recently. I really appreciate it. We're doing pretty good over here. So, how about some Merle Haggard? How about Mama Tried? Grateful Dead does a great version of Mama Tried too. How about Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down? Great song, classic. George Jones, The Race Is On. It's a fun song, right? He Stopped Loving Her Today. Is that too mellow to fish to? Graham Parsons. Few songs by Graham Parsons. By the way, watch my Graham Parsons show, The Outsiders, where we discuss his career. Also, earlier today, I dropped a history of country rock video, 30-minute video. Graham Parsons. How about Return of the Grievous Angel? How about Love Hurts? How about $1,000 Wedding? Poco. Great band, right? With Richie Fura and Rusty Young and Randy Meisner early on. How about Picking Up the Pieces? How about A Good Feeling to Know? Picking Up the Pieces, I believe, is on the first album. Is A Good Feeling to Know on the second record? Colorado Rockies. J.J. Cale, right? So he wrote a lot of the songs in the 70s that Eric Clapton popularized. He wrote Call Me the Breeze. Listen to his version of Call Me the Breeze. How about Traveling Light? Traveling Light is the only way to fly. Widespread Panic does a kick-butt version of that. Hey Baby. How about Ride Me High? J.J. Cale. Marshall Tucker Band, Take the Highway. Little flute rock, right? We got some little flute and a rock and roll. Ron Burgundy would be happy with that, right? Fire on the Mountain. Not the Grateful Dead version. Not the Charlie Daniels version, but the Marshall Tucker version. Speaking of Charlie Daniels, how about Uneasy Rider? Trudy. Call up Trudy on the telephone. Send her a letter in the mail. How about Saddle Tramp? Charlie Daniels. How about Cabello Diablo? How about the whole Fire on the Mountain album by Charlie Daniels sometime? Billy Strings. Dust in a Baggie? Billy Strings just jammed the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville this weekend. Derek Trucks came out and played Picking Up the Pieces by Widespread, and his great song Love and Regret, which I have on here. Love and Regret, Dust in a Baggie by the great Billy Strings. Little Feat, Willin'. It's so easy to slip. It's so easy to fall. Love that song. How about Don't Bogart That Joint? Somebody going to bogart that joint on the fishing trip? You're going to have to take it away from them? Lukenbach, Texas, and Way More Blues by Waylon Jennings. How about anything by Waylon Jennings? Way More Blues in Lukenbach, Texas. Little bit of Leon Russell coming in next. Love Leon Russell. A Song for You is a little mellow for a guy's fishing trip, but it's a cool song. Walking the Tightrope. It's a classic. Dave Mason. We Just Disagree. And only you know and I know. A couple of my favorites. Dave Mason's awesome. Remember him in Traffic? He even had a cup of coffee in 93 with Fleetwood Mac. Does anybody remember that band? One of my buddies went and saw that in Memphis. Grateful Dead. Box of Rain. Ripple. Friend of the Devil. Amazing. How about their version of Bobby McGee? It's really good. We may talk about that song later. Allman Brothers, Jessica, right? The great instrumental written by Dickie Betts. How about Blue Sky? Is there a walk along the river? Sweet lullaby. Man, when that sun's out and it's gorgeous, the fish are biting, and the Allman Brothers come on, shoot. Give me a bush light and I'm set. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Maybe Southern Cross. Is Southern Cross the only song in the 80s on this list? Derek and the Dominoes. Any Day. Any Day, Any Day. How about I Looked Away? How about another song that Clapton does? He didn't write it, but Tulsa Time. Living on Tulsa Time. Love that song. I can't remember the original writer's version. How about the Doobie Brothers, Black Water? Oh, Black Water. How about Ukiah from the Doobie Brothers? And then finally from the Doobies, Listen to the Music. How about Gentle on My Mind by John Hartford? Beautiful song. I think Glenn Campbell might have done a version of that. Speaking of Glenn Campbell, how about Wichita Lineman? Chris Hillman and Al Perkins and Stephen Stills had a band in 1971, 72, 73 called Manassas. How about Johnny's Garden and So Begins the Task? It Doesn't Matter is another great song. Blackberry Smoke. Pretty Little Lie. How about the whole Whippoorwill album? How about the song Whippoorwill and Pretty Little Lie? Billy Joe Shaver, kind of like J.J. Cale, was a big-time songwriter for some of the more popular guys. Billy Joe Shaver wrote songs for Waylon Jennings. He was the real outlaw, right? He was more of an outlaw than Waylon was, but how about The Devil Made Me Do It? The devil made me do it the first time. The second time I done it on my own. How about Leaving Georgia on a Fast Train? John Denver, The Eagle and the Hawk. Rocky Mountain High. Sit around the campfire and everybody's high. Chris Christopherson, Best of All Possible Worlds. Unbelievable lyrics. How cool of a song. He gets arrested for being publicly drunk, and so good. And then his version of Bobby McGee, of course, he wrote that song. Chris Christopherson wrote that song. Flying Burrito Brothers come in next. Sin City. Wild Horses. Of course, Graham Parsons was in the Flying Burrito Brothers, and he influenced Keith Richards. And some say he influenced Keith Richards enough to write Wild Horses. Well, Graham sings it on the second Flying Burrito Brothers record. Willie Nelson, Whiskey River. The song Highwaymen. And really kind of finishing up, Bougainvillea by Dickie Betts. I know there's a lot of stuff that I forgot here. We had a great time down there fishing. And we're going to go back next year. And we're going to go more times this year to other places. Maybe we'll do a little harder edge list for fishing songs. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think are great songs to listen to on the water. I know there's some songs I left off. Some Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. You know, all kinds of stuff that I left off here. Stuff off of Sweetheart of the Rodeo by the Birds, the Eagles. I don't know. Anyway, see ya.